Punisher! Punisher!
Drink it in, man. Drink it in, man.
Punisher! Punisher!
It's a new
Show.
Yes, it is.
You've heard all the other wrestling programs. Now it's time to listen to the guys who aren't booty.
And you can't beat that.
It's hashtag Wrestlepals.
Woo! And I'm cutting it.
Whoa.
I cut it. I cut it.
It spooked me there. I'm not used to it being like right next to me. This is the far more proper of a setup, I guess.
It's a little bit closer to what we normally used to do.
Yeah. Well, now I'm compelled to look at you this whole time. But remember when we used to do the show side by side? I was on the other side. It's tripping me out a little bit, though. This is the side where the beard grows into semi-fuller. If I turn this way, look, that's awful. Hey, everybody, hashtag Wrestlepals. I'm hashtag Wrestlepal Nate. That always feels weird saying that. Hey, good. You can't do the spooky fingers this close. It makes me happy. And what the hell was that? That wasn't proper.
What do you want from my life?
Gotta get you a mic stand so you can properly take the piss out of me. It's hashtag Wrestlepal Justin. He's great, apparently.
Sure.
I like the way we got to jump out of frame to give the proper. Yeah! This They're stupid. Just to play with it.
Oh, look, I'm bouncing off the ropes. Bloop.
You made the NES sound effects. It's like bloop.
Beep, boo, boo, da, boop, ba, doo, boo, doo.
Do. Why the hell is that ingrained in my head forever?
Because you played it entirely too much.
Yes.
Entirely too much. Are we still echoing? We were echoing before. I can't tell.
No, we're just repeating ourselves.
Okay.
Really. Oh, Justin.
Well, wrestling happened.
What's this show about?
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
I guess. It's a thing.
Like, do we have to?
No, we don't.
Because I will submit to a headlock. Like, as soon as you put the arm on, just tapping everything. Please, please no.
Give!
His psychological warfare was far too much for me. I would never want to enter a promo battle with Justin Wilson.
The Cajun Chef, he's dead.
Ooh, no. Nobody gets that. Nobody should get
That's
that.
fine.
Stupid Cajun Chef.
It's
Look, I understand you have a personal grudge against the dead man because he stole your name before you were born.
Yeah, way before I was
But-
born even. What a dick. That's a dick move.
Jerk. No, that's the kind of food he would make. He would like jerk chicken.
A little bit of, some Creole.
Yeah. Some Creole? How does that taste like?
Like Creole.
Let's talk about... Yeah, it's a wrestling show. Let's talk about the Cajun Chef. Hell of a
He stole my
gimmick that
name,
would be.
that son of a bitch. Okay, so we're putting together the tournament for All Day You Drunks, and I was looking up like TV chefs, and I wanted like a handful like outside of your normals, your Guy Fieri's and whatnot. Guy Fieri.
I'm not doing it.
And I was looking for a wrestling chef.
I told you.
There isn't one.
Nah, I told you
Well,
that.
Chef Boyardee.
Chef Boyardee would be the greatest of all time. Unfortunately, I'm horribly uncoordinated. I would embrace the Italian stereotypes and just let it all out there. I would be an embarrassment to my entire culture.
All right, so
Hey,
Speaking of Italian stereotypes,
All right.
did you see the video I posted this morning? You should like the Wrestlepals Facebook page if you haven't. If you're watching this, then there's a good chance that you're probably on the Wrestlepals
Happens.
Facebook page. Just click like. So I was surfing the web as you do, looking for links, and again, like I'm
That's not
tired
what
of.
I go there for, but all right.
I didn't want just I'm tired of sharing just WWE links or just BS rumor links that are nothing.
Yeah.
So I was looking for something, like I said, I was looking for wrestling chefs.
All right.
So I came across Wrestling Up Some Grub. So there was a show
What?
in 1999. Somebody was trying to pitch a show that was going to be like a cooking show, and then it was going to have wrestlers on it. And this pilot episode, it had Big Show, who we'll be talking about later, and the Macho Man Randy Savage. It was called Wrestling Up Some Grub.
Right.
Now the two
Just
cooks.
making steakums.
Oh, I wish I had the tournament up because I included these guys in the tournament
What?
because I had to.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Let me-
Does that officially make the Macho Man a
Mm-mm,
chef?
not him.
They weren't cooking. They were just there.
They were just
They
there.
were just eating.
Well, they were like the guests.
It's an eating show at that point.
Okay, here we go. I'm
like
opening up this tournament because these weren't the guys' names. The cooks, the chefs, they actually had gimmicks too.
Of course they did.
And of course, they were the worst because they were right there.
It was the worst. I'm the oatmeal chef. I make oatmeal.
I wish it was that. It was Jimmy Fettuccine,
Ah, Christ almighty. Why?
and it got open up. I want to see Jimmy Fettuccine and Johnny Linguini or something like that. But yeah, they came out and they talked like this.
Of course, because nobody else is a chef.
And with the gravy.
Yeah, that makes me mad. I'm going to turn off your monitors because I don't want to hear you insult me twice.
Hey, I did nothing of the sort.
Uh-huh.
This was Wrestling Up Some Grub.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but
you
our
should look
Jimmy
for it.
Fettuccine and
Johnny
Tommy
Alfredo.
Spaghetti and what?
Johnny Alfredo.
Johnny Alfredo. I can't-
Johnny Linguini.
Tony Tortellini. How many more you want?
Hey!
Raul Rigatoni.
We're going to cook for you.
No, yeah, we know. We get it. We've been bred.
Wrestling Up Some Grub, ladies and gentlemen.
Looking up Wrestling Up Some Grub. Is that a link you put up there?
Yeah, 7 a.m. Go ahead and go back and find
That's what
that.
I need first thing in the morning. Just drop the kid off at the school.
Oh, cool. Stereotypes.
Good morning. For me. Just me.
Oh, God.
Happy
mean,
with yourself?
Yeah.
You should be. Well done.
Speaking of things that...
That's all the
see,
credit you're ever going to get.
here's the things you'll find... Because, again, I'm trying to find different stuff to share from the Wrestlepals Facebook page. Have you seen the Toxic Turtles?
I've seen the Toxic Turtles. You know, one of them was Gilbert, right?
Yes.
Dwayne Gill?
Dwayne Gill. Have you read the story behind that?
Uh-uh.
So I guess Gil had the costumes. He had 2 of those costumes.
Of course,
He was
because you can't just have one.
Right. He was looking for...
Pringles and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ripoff costumes.
He was looking to try to get more television time. So, like, I guess he and the other
Cover up
Toxic
head to
Turtle...
toe.
He and the other Toxic Turtle were wrestling as something else, and then they were wrestling as themselves. And then he put on the thing, and I guess Vince came backstage, and he goes, "Ha ha! Ha ha! Who's that?" Of course. Gil pulls it off. Ah, of course. I should have known.
Oh, hey.
Get out there.
It's you, pal.
Oh, the Toxic Turtles.
Yeah, it was awful. I watched the whole match. Did you watch the match?
Yes.
He got kick out, and he was landing on his back, couldn't get up.
That's silly.
So stupid.
It's stupid. It's past the world of
I
silly.
like stupid, but there's a point where it's like, oh, hey, cool, Max Moon. This is weird. I like it. Oh, no, I'm not going to try to get you started down that rabbit hole. I'm building a flare gun that I can mount on my arm at home.
Speaking of that, and before we really get into the... You didn't say anything about this, but I think we should do this. It'll be fun. We always do the tournaments with the All Day You Drunks again. So, September the 23rd. Make sure you tune in and watch us lose our minds live for 24 straight hours. Just saying, it'll be a good time had by all,
No,
specifically
it won't.
us.
It will hurt. Like my ankles are swelling now.
Sounds about right.
Gonna need a lot of Coke. Cola. 24 hour. Oh.
24-hour
So you
broadcast.
want to throw in another some little Wrestlepals content onto this? Because
Well,
we got 24 hours to fill.
We can do it on the 24 hours if
We're
you
gonna
want.
do a show.
If you
and
want.
just replay.
But I was just thinking, bringing to the show like just something that we could do, just a tournament for fun with the likes of Dwayne Gill and Max Moon and just a fun little shitty gimmick.
Shitty gimmick tournament.
Yeah. Glacier.
You could find 64 easily. You might want to pull that one out to 128.
64 will be no problem.
We got to do that when we have people that have no idea.
Arachnaman's in.
Oh, God.
Roadblock.
How do we
he's
not
there.
get sued? I don't know. Purple.
Purple and gold.
All right. It's obviously not a spider.
Glacier. Of course, he's there.
Shit, a poor Glacier. Chilling Glacier. I'm throwing in your boy Mortis.
I mean,
I'm death, maybe in Spanish, kinda.
I love Canyon. You notice it didn't last long.
Yes. Just hold on. There's personality under there. Let it out.
Atom Bomb.
Oh,
I think
God.
he belongs there. Just saying. That could be a lot of fun for us to do as a show, whether we do it as the show or whether we bring it into the 24 hours.
When we have somebody in that knows nothing about wrestling.
Yeah, be like,
And we have to explain them straight face to them. Max Moon, he's well, he's like an intergalactic kind of. He's got arm flares, man. Come on, look at him.
Lots of rainbow colors.
Of course,
Phantasmo. That guy's got to be in there, right?
Phantasmo. Look,
The wrestling
he stole
mime?
his underwear. Phantasmo.
That'll be a
The
lot of
mask
fun.
under
We're doing that.
the mask. Okay, Christ.
We're doing that. That'll be
All
fun.
right, we've talked ourselves into punishing ourselves.
All right, so we didn't
Where
get
you
it.
where you want to start at this week?
Okay, so we had the intro screen here. It had Big Show grinning at us, and I think that's as great a place as any to start, because last week we didn't really get a chance to dive into the cage
Big
match.
Show.
There he is.
Big Show.
There he is.
Hold on. Dad? Yeah.
Wait a second.
See,
Whoa.
See, genetically, he would have to have hooked up with a 3-foot woman. And it might even out to somewhere around, I don't know, 5'10".
Especially with that. Especially with that beard.
I got
yours-
garbage beard right now.
Right, but
He
I'm just
doesn't have
saying.
garbage beard.
He has no beard right now. He had the big, huge cage match last week with Braun Strowman, and we didn't really get the chance to talk about it because I hadn't finished Raw until I got home.
Who the hell knew it was going to be that ridiculous?
First of all,
Look at Raw. Oh, first of all, look at just WWE in general.
yeah,
All cylinders, every show feels like they're all doing good.
Yep.
From the Mae Young Classic to NXT to SmackDown to holy shit Raw. Whoa.
Raw is on fire right now. Now, and the biggest thing, I'm loving what SmackDown's doing. Don't
Right.
get me wrong. But Raw is definitely the better show right now because excitement. That's the only thing Raw.
Spectacle.
That's,
We had that breakdown a couple months back when Mr. Torres, sir, was calling in trying to explain to us why Raw wasn't a bad show.
right.
Because we were all like, no, I don't like it so much. And he was like, it's spectacle. It's spectacle. And goddamn.
This is all I ever wanted from Raw
Mhm.
because I wanted it to be different. And right now,
Just
it's
big, giant, sweaty men.
yeah. And last week, Braun Strowman, Big Show, in a cage, hell of a match. Now these two,
Like, you know, are you expecting just two big slabs of meat just slapping against each other for a while, just making that just kind of
yeah,
sound? Nah, man.
yeah, dude. Big Show climbing the cage, elbow
what
drop
are
from
you
the top.
doing?
What is he doing? Oh my God!
Like, that was... Whoa.
It was a hell of a match, hell of a main event, and
Just even the build-up to it during the show is like, here's last time, and that superplex that killed everything. So we're double reinforcing, and then they have a segment where they're just showing the reinforcing. It's like, look at that build. They're
Spectacle.
building. They don't even have the players on screen yet. And they're building to it. Fantastic.
spectacle.
Yeah.
And again, it's all I've ever asked for from Raw, and they are nailing it right now.
When football starts, that's when Raw's at its best.
Yep. And so, Big Show, the rumor already was that Big Show was going to have surgery.
Mhm.
Pretty much immediately after the match. that was going out. He's going to have surgery.
You might want to wait for the swelling to come down.
He got thrown out of the cage. Like, he got scooped up and thrown through the cage.
Yeah, that wacky power slam thingy. So it's not even like a just, I'm going to throw you. It's a, hey, I'm doing my thing I do.
Picking you up like a scoop slam, and yeah.
Like, this is some stuff show should have never have known how to do. Like, he's grabbing that top rope, making sure he doesn't over-rotate, and control himself on the way down. He's done 4 of these ever.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And it came out yesterday that he is indeed going to be having hip surgery. Mm-hmm. And so this is why I wanted to lead with that, because, dude, that age, that surgery, that size, the likeliness that he's going to be able to come back. Now, I'd love to say that, he's gotten himself in such good shape that, maybe he does come back. But the likeliness...
I don't know, man. You saw how tore up Mick Foley was.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, like, right after the hip surgery, he seemed like a whole new dude. He took the dick flex. He took a bump. And then, like, he announces, like, oh, yeah, going for knee surgery in, like, a minute. See ya.
Yeah.
That's his new thing now. He gets surgeries. In a facelift. I don't know why. He's got a beard on it. Beard's going to start under his eyes. It's going to be amazing. Oh, dear Lord. But, yeah, man, this could be...
This could be it. And, again, like I said...
If it is, fantastic.
What a way to go out.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of a better way to go out. If you're that guy, if you're that age, and considering a year and a half ago we're getting Please Retire chants from Big Show, for him to reshape himself and become, other than like that blip with Cass, like he has had a hell of a year and some change.
He's regained that respect from the casual.
Yeah.
I mean, you and me, we're always going to love the man.
There's always...
We saw him hug the Yeti and kill a man with a hug. Okay.
That was his first professional match. Hugging the Yeti, winning the WCW World Championship. Just a little...
God, think of how far he's come. I miss that hair. That hair was beautiful.
And to think, like, how well he can wrestle. Mm-hmm. Like, we talk about Strowman and Big Show, like, earlier this year. Like, okay, so last time they wrestled was the again, spectacle, suplex into the ring, ring breaks. Before that was the Absolute Wrestling Clinic.
Weird.
That just came out of nowhere. They just put the two in the main event, and wow. Who knew?
It was unexpected, and that's one of those treats that you and I can look back on, but the casual will be a little more, oh, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
They wait for the big ring break moves and whatnot. But still.
But, I mean, again...
It adds depth to what they've done.
It adds depth.
They're more than just spectacle at this point. And I remember hearing that story about when Big Show was first starting. It's like, hey, here's this crazy son of a bitch doing a moonsault off the top rope. And he got to talking to him. Hey, big
Don't
man.
do that. Hey, big man.
Why don't you be a big man? And maybe stay down here for a little while.
Toss some people around.
Yeah,
Why
a little
don't you?
bit.
I mean, it worked.
Hand up and yell for a while.
Like longevity. It's 2017. He came to WWE in '99, and then he started, and his first match was
wrestling up that grub.
Yep.
Makes my stomach hurt.
Imagine if the network was around then.
Mm.
You think in a second Vince wouldn't put on Wrestling Up Some Grub on the network?
You're saying it like it's not. It couldn't happen. It might be there. Just the search function's really weird. Let's search up Wrestling and Grub. Just gonna pull up Ellsworth.
It's gonna be Cooking with Tennille. Cooking with Tennille?
Oh, I thought you said Tenay.
Taste of Tennille. I'm sorry, that's what she called
I'd
it.
watch Mike Tenay cook.
You would?
Why not?
It's Tenay. I wouldn't watch him do anything.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Looks like a Muppet.
It's cooking, though. Making steakums. Just get a little hot plate right behind the curtain. Okay, fine. Me and Mr. Tenay will work on our own show idea then.
So what are your favorite, some of your favorite Big Show moments? And if you're watching, feel free to chime in. Obviously, right now, our setup still doesn't have the phone calls lined in. But
Yeah, and we get yelled at for it every week.
yeah, you can chime in and let us know what are your favorite Big Show moments. Hey, we have some comments here. Nathan just misses hair.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I miss hair. Yeah. Had no comeback from me.
Let's see. Hashtag WrestlePal Zach says Big Show and Strowman have great chemistry. Strowman versus Show on pay-per-view. More time. He's got a hell of a point.
Well, I mean, it feels really weird just to Raw in general. They keep talking about WrestleMania quality match. They're doing their best to counter program Monday Night Football, and they're giving us amazing stuff right now. You're even seeing that over on SmackDown quite a bit too.
Yeah.
You had Orton Nakamura, which they could have drawn that out into a pay-per-view. It would have been amazing. Give Ginger a month off, you know. But man, they're looking to push fast and hard now on all the storylines.
They're being proactive.
So right now it's the Brock Braun storyline, and Show's doing his part to take.
No, people are saying you're just too quiet, so I'm trying to.
So just speak up, Nathan.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it on air, but
What?
What's it matter?
I can't hear you, Justin.
This is why not having cans is.
I'm gonna put the mic in my mouth. Oh, there it's on monitors.
There you go.
But I mean, Show doing what he can to make Braun look more like a monster.
Well, and again,
It's fantastic.
The only reason I think this is how he goes out. Number one, it's the way he came in.
Mm-hmm.
Like when in '99, what was it, St. Valentine's Day Massacre, where he rips into the cage and gets in between Austin and McMahon.
They should get a new cage builder. I mean, I'm not saying that these aren't wholly insurmountable odds. I just I can build a better cage.
You can
Maybe.
for them.
Nah.
That's probably a good paying gig.
Cage builder.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up Indeed.com right now.
How
Nope,
much?
just shark cages. I ain't doing that.
You can put Enzo in it. We'll talk about Enzo in a minute because
Savage.
AF, as the kids say.
Do they? I don't like kids.
Again,
So do you have a favorite Big Show moment?
I look back fondly now on like the Shokishi and it was stupid stuff, but he went through that period where he was parodying people.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Showmania and again Shokishi.
He's a hilarious dude with a load of personality.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with that size, it's like, hey, how about you? Hey, big man, go be a big man.
A big man.
But later on in the career, you got to see a little bit more of that come out.
Man, was that even that was like early 2000s, mid 2000s, wasn't it?
Did you love Jericho?
Yes, I did, and it led to.
It was fantastic just watching Jericho be able to hide behind this giant monster. It's like, oh, this is wonderful for both of them.
Yes,
so excited.
And it bled right into Miz show, like literally, like immediately. I'm surprised Jericho and Miz haven't had like a more high profile feud, considering like
there's still time.
Oh, there's plenty of time to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
But Jericho was amazing. I liked his feud with Cody for the Intercontinental Championship.
Mm-hmm.
It was, thinking back on it, weird that he won. But at the same time, like, if you look at the sell going in, Big Show's never won at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
He's never had a moment. So it's like, well, no shit. Yeah, he's going to win. But, like, it was just weird at the time thinking, man, Cody's going to be Intercontinental Champion forever.
The wonderful belt back. Oh.
Dude, yes. I mean, it was just after. What did he call? Like it was just after Dashing. It was the Broken Cody Rhodes. I don't like with the mask. It was just after he got rid
it
of
was
the
like
mask.
disfigured or something, or hideous or something.
Grotesque. That was a good Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, well, he still is.
Oh yeah, no S.
He may even be better. I'm gonna get the tightest suit I can. I'm gonna borrow one from Curtis Axel and be an a-hole. And I'm reading a newspaper. What a jerk. Look at my ring. What a jerk. I'm gonna fight murder in a month. Sorry.
God, I love the Ring of Honor.
So stupid.
But so beautiful. Did you kiss the ring?
No.
Would you kiss the ring?
Yeah. Like, you don't even have to wipe it down. I'm in there.
Okay, let's go.
If you want to go first, go first. I don't care.
All right, so back to Big Show. So
I liked it right at the beginning because when he
you
comes
like
in,
the Yeti?
yes, first, more specifically, like right after he joined the NWO,
Mm-hmm.
because even though he was the Giant, he felt like the only young dude there.
Yeah.
It made me like weirdly identify with him, weirdly like him, just because he looked like the only person under under 40, but at the same time he looked like almost childlike.
Yeah.
Like here's these other grown ass men, and I'm at a time when I'm a teenager like, and and here's this guy who looks like he's like 22, but just happens to be 7 foot. It's like, and that made me like him, and we gave him a little bit of humanity, which I guess is kind of what they weren't going for.
Yeah.
Because he's a monster, he's not a human. But that's the first time I was like, I like that guy, not just oh hell, look at the monster, I liked that one, but that I think was when as a kid I was first like, oh boy, NWO's got a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, he was still early on. Like
I know. And as a kid I was like, I don't know if they should go over like maybe 5 people.
Let's see. Hogan was 3.
Mm-hmm.
DiBiase was 4, right? And I'm pretty sure
Have you seen
Giant was 5.
Have you ever seen any a preview for that little movie thing WWE Pictures doing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Looks
not
good.
one for like I want this like crazy redemption story or whatnot, or okay, we get it, hey, faith movie, gotcha. It actually looks really good.
Yes, it does.
It really, really does, and
if you
it
haven't
gives some
seen it,
finality to Ted Jr.'s story a little bit too. It's like, oh man,
I want to be a dad.
yeah, he didn't just like leave wrestling. This is cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that story getting told.
If you missed that, it is somewhere on the WrestlePals Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a couple days ago, maybe up to a week ago. But it's on there. If you missed that, go check it out. It's really good. But to your point about
Show
the Giant joining NWO, he was the first WCW guy because the first 6 were all WWF guys.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was the whole thing. It was the invasion.
It's so I mean, like there's a little weight there. No pun intended. There's a little weight between the Giant. Hey, sometimes they're not all winners. What do you want from my life?
I think he was one of the after Hogan, one of the best crossover entertainment people with his rendition of Captain Insano. Fantastic. I love seeing especially younger, I loved seeing wrestlers pop up in movies. It's like, oh, hey, it's that Giant dude. Made me very happy.
Well, we made one guy mad. I don't know how. He didn't say why. He just came in and made an angry face.
Cool.
It happens.
Maybe they just... Were we making angry faces then? Oh, that's how I look when I
So feel free at any point during the show to just...
leave an angry face. And
an angry face.
Confuse us and assault our self-esteem.
Yes.
It's very...
Chime in with whatever your favorite Big Show / the Giant moment was. There's plenty to get into in the world of wrestling. I kind of want to start with Raw last night. Like we alluded to it earlier.
It's the freshest in your mind because I was trying to catch... I read through some of the highlights and then was watching through it this morning, and it's like I couldn't fast forward through anything. I couldn't fast forward. Well, okay.
Did you fast forward where I fast forwarded?
I don't know. I haven't made it through the whole show yet.
Okay. The tag team division.
Look, all right. This is better for the tag team division than it was.
Yeah.
Rollins and Ambrose coming out on commentary, or them backstage looking for a partner.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the man of 1,000 holes. And Jamie.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in suits. Beat it. I was so excited. Thought we were gonna get a Dean Malenko. No, we're never gonna get. No.
I like all the parts involved.
I like them being stupid a-holes.
Yeah.
I kind of dug it a little bit. And anytime I could see the club looking competent, I'm very happy. I love Gallows, and Anderson is more amazing than you've been led to believe he is.
Yeah.
I know. It's coming.
It stinks because the tag titles, not necessarily the division, the titles on the road in to SummerSlam, they really heated up, injecting Rollins and Ambrose into that, and it really got my hopes up for what could come.
That was a good story of them coming together too.
Right, and then like SummerSlam happens, they win the championships, and
There was nowhere to go.
there's nowhere to go. And it's nothing. Again, I love the Bar. I love Sheamus and Cesaro, but
They delved into the rematches and building into that too much. I wish they would have gone away and came back for that later. Immediately move on to somebody else right quick, something fresh. Doesn't even have to be long, and then the Bar come back with like, "Hey, we're ready for our rematch."
again, like
We'll take it when we want it.
I really liked my idea of, because it looked like they were going this route, an open challenge. Even Cesaro and Sheamus get their rematch. We don't need to tell that story. We'll have that match and then we'll get there.
Right.
There's no more story to tell. Clearly, because they're wasting television time telling nothing.
Do you want to see them bring the Headbangers back for a one-off?
Why not?
Why not?
I love it. I mean, they were just on last year. That they were in
Yes,
the
I
tag
know.
tourney.
It was great.
Why wouldn't they?
It's like, oh, hey, look at those guys.
And
bye.
Again, like I said a couple weeks ago, it would have been a chance to like just put some random pairings out there and see what they can do. Like just to get them some television time and see maybe magic happens. You never know if you don't take the chance.
The one night only, Fernando and Diego, the bullfighter dudes, are back.
Weird, because
I
one of
forgot
them's
what they
injured.
were-
I'm pretty sure.
Oh shit!
That's why they're not on television right now.
We'll put a mask on one of them.
But I'm just saying,
Oh wait,
like
another mask.
this would have been
Someone else.
Just
What's Hunico doing?
something different.
He's
And-
woo.
Something different that could have happened, and I would have been a little bit more excited about the tag division. Again, I like all the parts that are involved. That's what bothers me about it.
Well, I mean, it looks like they're building into more. I mean, this could be another one of those just smoshed up little things at the end where it's like, hey, this team's gonna fight this team and this team's gonna fight this team. Let's put them in one big tag match.
Yeah.
It's a singles booking, but with tag teams.
Yeah.
But I still feel it featured all four teams, and I'd like to see that move around a little bit. The fact that we've seen Rollins Ambrose versus the Hardys. I think it's building up all four teams and leaving room for others to come in at will too. I mean, because the tag team is struggling behind a little bit because they got the giant spectacle on the top end of the card and some fun story in the middle. But
Matt gave us angry face.
Matt always gives us angry face. I'm gonna put that graphic up on the screen. I told you. I'm not gonna do that.
I'm not gonna do that.
It's a little too reference too hard at this point.
Oh.
Nothing to do with Horseman.
Nothing.
Though I did put that on repeat as I drove home the other day. It made me very happy.
Oh, yeah?
The old Four Horsemen theme.
The one with the horses at the
Yes.
beginning.
It's way better than I remember it being. It's like, wow, that was really good. I'm gonna listen to it 30 times on my drive home.
Probably the only good WCW thing.
It was. I was so surprised at how good it was.
Because
I felt like Bad Company should be playing this in concert somewhere.
you remember Benoit's WCW theme?
Mm-mm.
It's just really bad.
Company?
Malenko's was bum 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 bum, and Mysterio's was something similar.
Sounds like a whole lot of something similar.
Jericho's was really good. He hates it, but One Crazy Anarchist, I love that one.
Okay.
Anywho, back to
Tag division is it's in its little rebuilding phase. It's stagnated a tad, and it's going to come back.
it went from something that I was actually going out of my way to seek, because other than I hadn't been watching Raw until pretty much right before SummerSlam. After SummerSlam, I've been watching every week.
Yeah.
again. But that was something I was seeking out, trying to watch what was happening with Rollins and Ambrose, and now don't care.
Give it 2 more weeks. It'll be hopefully back on track.
So,
Do you want to talk about the other week part of the Raw card?
sure,
I want to love the women's division.
me too.
I'm happy to see Nia doing stuff.
Me too.
Super excited to see Emma. Wow, what are they going to do with her? She's weaseled her way back into... she's going to lose. Okay, cool.
Yep. And not only that, but like the women, a couple weeks ago they had the title match in the main event. So like they still have the trust in them, but like when it's the undercard thing for the week, it doesn't get any time. That match between Sasha and Emma was,
Yeah.
it felt like it was a blink.
Yeah. It doesn't build up Sasha. Definitely doesn't make Emma look like a credible threat. This is like her one-on-one shot with Sasha. Nothing. Just
Nothing.
Just nothing.
We could have lost the entire, like, because there was like three tags ended up being, that 8-man tag was the main.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh well.
From what I understand, it's because they're counter programming the NFL.
Yeah.
So it's like nobody's going to be watching at that segment anyway.
Right.
But still, man. But it's just a bummer. I didn't need any of that.
It'll be okay.
It'll be fine. But yeah, that the women's division right now.
I don't know where it's going. I don't know why it's going.
You know
I
where
don't
it's
care.
going. You know where it's going.
Where's it going?
Nobody's
Alexa with the
ready.
roll up.
Nobody's ready.
She's got the collarbone. Give her some time to heal up, huh?
That it's
Okay,
it's not going to be long.
Yes,
Because I mean, she's
not human. They're just going to replace her parts and send her up there.
Well, at this point, it's been what 2-3 weeks already since Takeover,
Yeah.
right? So 2
And
weeks
they
to the
just
pay
had
per view.
they just had like the announcement show this past week
Right.
on NXT.
Mhm.
Asuka, Regal said they're in negotiations with Raw and Smack. It's Raw.
It's Raw.
But oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
oh yeah.
that's where
But-
they're going.
But
I mean, she's not going right to the title, but now they're going to have a secondary story for sure because the undefeated streak has to continue, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Like, why keep it intact for her to lose?
or they'll
like,
just
immediately?
screw it up like night one. Alexa with a roll up.
Did you see
Oh,
Taz wants that to happen?
does he?
Yeah, he said that's what they should do. with her.
Cool, man.
Night one, have her lose. I'm like, why? You have something again. This
It's not like she's coming from some other company and they want to build their own mystique.
yeah.
This is in house.
Yeah.
Big ass house, but in house.
That Triple H protected. Like he was like, do not take her from me yet.
Yes.
Let me have her for a little while longer. And I just feel like keeping that undefeated streak intact means she doesn't have to go straight for the title,
Right.
which the division needs a secondary story. They keep avoiding doing that.
And she doesn't even. It's a built-in story with whoever she faces
Mm-hmm.
up against. And it's like, I mean, who did she have on Raw to go up against? Really, though, I feel like she could have. I mean, I get. Apparently, WWE does not like having two Japanese people on the same show.
Yeah.
So can't have that. Put her on Raw. But I feel like she would have had like way fresher matchups over on SmackDown.
Oh yeah, I was looking at the roster. She's already faced Nia. She's already faced Bailey. She's already faced Mickey.
Mhm.
She's already faced Dana.
They took all the piss out of Emma just this week.
Right. She's already faced Emma.
Mhm.
The only one she hasn't faced is Sasha, who, I mean, okay, top of the division. I'm not sure. I can't remember if they actually wrestled. They were on NXT at the same time, Alexa Bliss. There might be a matchup there. But, so Alexa and Sasha are the only ones I'm fairly certain that she hasn't wrestled
So
yet.
she has it. Now,
Alicia.
granted, this is going to be a Raw, a Raw audience. This isn't the NXT audience, so it
Right.
could be fresh for them. But
But again, like, you could have had...
Asuka Naomi, Asuka Carmella, Asuka just beating the shit out of Ellsworth.
Asuka and Natty.
Ooh,
Ooh. That would have been great.
you know what? But there's time.
There's plenty of time. And, you know, it's... I hate being that guy.
I just wanted to beat
Oh,
Emma
mistake.
500 nights in a row. Sorry, Emma. I love Emma. She's great.
So, I mean...
But she's getting her Australian Golden Girl taken away from her.
Mhm.
Sorry, Tony Storm's here. Sorry, Rhea Ripley's down to the Performance Center. Sorry.
Dakota Kai.
Oh, she's from New Zealand.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But still.
I was baiting you. I'm surprised it worked.
Yeah.
Well done, me.
Well, sometimes you just fall into the trap.
So I don't know, but I'm okay that it's going to be a 4-way, but at no mercy. But
Just...
I feel like they're just making it up week to week.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
Sasha
what are we
Banks
doing?
has said that as much.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it shows.
Yeah.
Have a plan at least for the next pay-per-view
Yeah.
and get us there.
I feel like this is what they did leading into Mania. Like, they threw the belt on Bayley, and then they were like, oh, shit, we shouldn't have thrown the belt on Bayley. And it's like, well, what do we do? Okay, 4-way at Mania. We have these two stories. Instead of letting them be separate and breathe, now jumble them all together.
Mash them up so neither one gets told.
And then you've basically completely ruined Bayley. I mean, she's off of television now, so there's still...
Might be the best thing for her.
It's absolutely the best thing for her.
So,
she needs to be out of the spotlight.
So Asuka asserts her dominance.
Yeah.
Does she get the Brock Lesnar cheer treatment, or does she get the...
She's going to get cheered.
Yeah, she is.
They tried to get her booed on NXT, and it didn't work. And
it made her more endearing. I loved her more. That's where she came with no one's ready for Asuka.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man.
No one is.
She bad, yo.
You're right. They even had her start cheating in matches to retain the title, starting against Mickey. And it didn't
counts.
Work. It didn't work. So she kept winning, and people kept cheering.
Much like the weird Enzo thing, but that's another time.
I think that, you just got to look at Brock. You got to look at Braun. I don't see how it's possible to boo Asuka.
No,
she's a badass.
We're hopelessly biased, but
yeah,
we're also right.
I mean, good luck. I mean, if that's the angle I want to go, good luck. But I don't see it happening.
So here's one other weird thing, and kind of lost in the mid. First of all, we had another appearance, Elias Sampson, getting a little direction of his own, beating the shit out of him.
Elias.
I don't, but whatever.
Matt does.
Sure. A little beat down on Kalisto, making an appearance, looking dominant. It's very nice.
Yeah,
I like that. And the other mid-ish card thingy is look at Bray Wyatt making an appearance. Did you watch this?
Yes.
Tell me about this. I haven't watched it yet, but I read the recap. I was like, ooh, this could either be uncomfortable or really good. Or, in a perfect scenario, uncomfortable and really good.
So, first things first, the match is Bray Wyatt versus Goldust.
Right.
Which I didn't know I wanted until they told me I was about to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Just seeing them across from the ring from each other. They only had, a split second of time. Not much, but just enough to go, I'd kind of like some more of that, please.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the story is there. I don't know, how they get into a feud with each other. But...
Hey, you're Bizarre. I'm the Bizarre one.
But
would you like to be the Bizarre too? Tag team. Great.
But, man, just from that standpoint alone, okay, I'm like, okay, I'm sucked in.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, this Finn Balor-Bray Wyatt feud feels like it has a little bit of teeth.
There's some meat in there.
Because, last week, he goes, fight me without the pain.
You dick ya?
Be a man. It's like, okay.
Be a man, Hogan.
Great. Sure.
And then he released a rap album.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
And then sang about Mr. Perfect. He's my perfect friend. Everybody always forgets about that one.
I forgot about that. Okay.
So...
He got some direction with Bray and Balor.
He's before coming out. I mean, obviously, Goldust is yet another painted weirdo, painted faced guy.
Painted weirdo.
Yeah. I wish
there's a stable for you.
Using this template.
Mm-hmm.
I wish there was more painted weirdos on the Raw roster. He could do this to every week. So he could.
Asuka. She ain't weird. She's great.
She's great. But
it's one line anyway.
Before he
it's a quick cleanup. You're good.
Before he comes out on the screen and goes, you're hiding yourself behind your paint, just like Finn Balor. And I'm dumbing it down, obviously, because I can't remember.
Because I'm stupid. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I can't remember the exact words, but it's.
I imagine he's a bit more eloquent.
Man, you're hiding behind that paint.
Dude,
come on, man. Dude, just be a man, man. Don't do that with the paint, man. God, you're such a chicken shit, man. God.
I'm hoping he didn't say that.
Obviously, nothing.
You're a bag of dicks, yo. What?
But again, it's like
he said it in that accent. It's adorable.
He gives us a reason to why he wants to fight Finn Balor without the paint. It's like, oh, okay, I'm in now.
Once again, Bray uses his mouth to get over. That sounds awful. Jesus Christ.
Talks his way out of it.
He's talking his way into having some interest into it. A little feud that felt like it was like, wow, I enjoy both of these parts, but
Nothing.
How are they
It's not
coming
working.
together?
Yeah.
It's not working.
But then
They're anti-programming the demon. Well done. And we don't have to hear Michael Cole call him the demon, the demon, the demon.
But again,
Demon, the demon.
you're 100% right. But
Demon.
like to that point, I hated that Michael Cole, like as Bray's coming out. Again, come on. Sometimes just let it breathe. Like just let that entrance be on its
Finn's
own.
entrance and Bray's entrances are two that should never be spoken over.
There's no reason to.
Would you speak over the Undertaker's entrance?
No. Just
If
let
you
it
do,
be.
you're an asshole.
Just let it be.
Exactly.
And so he's just a reminder, he wants to fight the man, not the demon. And so, duh,
it.
he just said that. You're taking away some of the weight.
Mm-hmm. You're taking a cool visual moment and ruining it.
So they come out. They have like not a long match, but again enough to make me go, yeah.
This is the first we're seeing Goldie since the KFC commercial.
It's so weird. Like they did so much build with Goldust.
He was doing so good.
So
right
much
after
interest, and then like SummerSlam happens, and then he disappears, and then he comes back, and then it's like suddenly he's wrestling again, and it's this. But
and it's good.
Yeah, it's good because it's gonna be. It's Goldust. He great. After the match, Bray Wyatt wins, puts him away with Sister Abigail, pulls out something and just starts wiping off the paint.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like Finn Balor, just like him. I'm finally
destroying the mystique,
in.
And underneath that is just a scared little dude.
You're just a man, just like Finn Balor. Beautiful,
well,
baby.
Might be a grandfather. I don't know.
I don't think Dakota has any kids.
No, she's from New Zealand. Sorry.
So again, now the reason for Balor and Bray to have their man-to-man. Again, that's all I'm asking for is reasons. You know what I mean? Like a little substance. Not much, not even much substance, just a little something to help me buy in.
There's a reason for Bray to be involved and Balor to defend himself.
All right, so what else should we dive into from Raw?
There were two more big things that happened on Raw, and let me just preface it with this question: who would you least want to have a promo battle against?
In life, just period.
His name's Matt Wade. Don't want to do that. I've seen it. It's not good. Yes, I whispered that one because we had two that were. We had Cena Reigns 3.
Yep. Basically.
And that was some brutal stuff.
Yeah.
Now people have been like, "Oh, Reigns can't do the promo, can't do 3 weeks of it." We might get a 4th week. Who knows? Because we got another. I think it'll go to 4, and that's when we'll get the physicality leading into the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It's just smart.
Yeah.
Smart. I mean, it's basic, but it's good.
And it's needed.
And then we had the other promo, Miz versus a crater in the ground.
So Miz TV,
Miz set a fire.
The guest was Enzo.
It happens.
So first of all, congratulations to Miz and his lovely wife Maurice. They're expecting, which awesome.
Gonna have a little blonde child with very dark eyebrows.
So awesome. That's awesome news. But as Miz is pulling out, he's got a speech prepared. Enzo's music hits and he's interrupted, and it just sets Miz off. Now, clearly that was the plan. He came out when he was supposed to, and Miz was supposed to go off on him. I don't know how much of the reel that he brought was supposed to happen, but I like that I don't know. Because he lit into him. Like,
okay. This was the most savage thing I've ever seen. Like, first of all, the Reigns and Cena one, remarkably savage. This was the worst thing I've ever seen. Like, this video should be, I don't know. That's a reference I don't want to make. Miz goes into, and they've done this fantastic little job of like, hey, where does reality begin? Hey, what's this promo? First of all, they're making Enzo look like just a dirty dude.
Yeah.
He's dressing more like an a-hole more and more every week. He always did. But now it's like, I'm going to leave the shirt off and just wear this shitty jumper. It's like, oh, I look at it and go like, I hate this guy, how he's dressed.
Right.
And I've been watching. This is crazy. He's gone over 205 Live. I've watched it. And he's the cheater over there a little bit. But he's working, as he said, schmata. And I just wanted to throw shit at the TV at that point. But then I was like, "Oh, good job."
Yep.
He's being heelish, but at the same time, I think that's going to make people more endeared to him. Let's let him be Enzo, and I think people will hate him naturally.
Yes.
But if you try to make people hate him, people kind of dig him. So Enzo's out there, and The Miz says something along the lines of, "This isn't the worst thing in my career. This is the most offensive thing that's ever happened in my life."
Yeah.
The announcement of his child is the best moment, not of his career, but of his life, and Enzo's out there ruining it. Nobody likes you. You're a jerk. First, fantastic thing, in shitting on Enzo, he built up the cruiserweight division.
Yeah. Yes.
So you're over there with some of the most amazing athletes. They go to the ropes, and it leaves the crowd speechless. You're in there with Neville, who gets in here and perfects his art. You go up to the top rope, and you fall on your face.
Yeah.
And that's why nobody likes you.
Yeah, that's where it starts.
And this is where the blur happens. That's why you're kicked off of tour buses. Oh, that happened, didn't it? That's why you're kicked out of locker rooms.
Oh.
Nobody likes you. And then The Miz says the greatest thing. And that's coming from me.
That's coming from me.
And the crowd loves Miz more than they ever have. Best thing, you go back and watch the segment. Watch the segment again. You will. Watch Curtis Axel and watch Bo Dallas. Because they loving it.
Yeah.
They could have just stood there and been a-holes, but nah, they were like, "Oh, oh, never have I loved them more than what they did right there." I'm so happy for their place right now. They're on TV and they can do stuff and they're capable.
And
they should have answered that open tag team challenge you mentioned.
They should have.
Yes.
But who better than to lead them too with Miz with an open microphone? I'm so hesitant to put Miz in with the greatest Intercontinental Champions of all time.
But he's moved up on that list, man.
You know,
if you don't respect him, you give him a minute. He's going to earn it.
These last 2 years, he has done more than
that coward Daniel Bryan. You're right.
He has done more.
Oh, that's my favorite.
He has done more in the last 2 years to solidify himself than anything prior. Pretty much the only thing, two moments stand out. One, his promo when he won the U.S. Championship, and he's cutting the promo coming from backstage, talking about getting kicked out of the locker room.
Right.
That moment always stuck out. And holding the championship and main eventing WrestleMania. Those are the two things. But these last 2 years have been...
He could have coasted on those.
Easily. And he was.
Been Mr. Midcard forever.
And he was. That's what he was doing. But he stepped up and Mr. Perfect-ish, but you know what I mean?
He's somewhere he starts his career and it's oh, you're trying to be somewhere between Jericho and Ric Flair. We get you. Oh, look at you. Oh, aren't you? Now he's somewhere between Mr. Perfect and Rick Rude.
Yeah.
He's so hateable. What? I have to watch this guy.
And he's really improved his in-ring work too. So it's not just, man, he's good on the microphone, but
it's fine. He's the guy you look to as if to say, "Hey, what's the WWE style?"
Yeah.
And hey, this is it done well. And look, it's really entertaining.
And again, he pointed out during the promo, you can learn from me. And I hope Enzo does.
Oh my God, you could come and ask me.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't take that advice, would you?
Yeah.
You dick, you.
Oh.
It was amazing. Because this is why I'm very happy about the announcement of Maurice being pregnant. The Miz already has his disappointed dad speech ready to go. I'm not mad at you. I'm just really disappointed. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
That poor kid. Don't F up.
Oh, and the one thing, I have to. Enzo fired right back. I mean, he didn't have any weight behind what he's saying because
Miz called him a con man with some catchphrases. He fired back with some catchphrases, and the crowd went, "Hey, it's Enzo!
Yeah.
Hey!"
But I mean, he did come back with.
That's what he had. He used it.
Yeah, and you got thrown out. You got thrown out because you were copying and stealing from people. I'm original. Like that's one thing I can. This gets me in trouble, but at least I'm original. So I mean, he had something. It's not like he just kind of stood there like.
Good Roman Reigns impression. Oh, whatever. He was better this week.
Roman, finally. It started last week a little bit.
It was better. It was better.
But he seemed completely natural this week.
Yes. This was Roman Reigns talking. Or this was Joe, name with some apostrophes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a hyphen?
But yeah, he was much better this week. And again, I'm fired up for this WrestleMania match that we're getting at No Mercy. It's insane.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, I've completely bought into that.
It's so weird, the pairing of these two. It's just, these are the ones that you hate, but you love, and you love to hate. You get a reaction, and they're paired together.
It was the perfect two to put in there to have them blur lines, too. Mm-hmm. Because what else are you going to do with these two?
I think there were some lines overstepped last night. Because Cena's not going to lose, right?
Right.
A verbal battle, he's not going to lose. He's not going to allow you to win. He'll allow you to get your shots in. He's not going to allow you to win. And I thought the shot by Reigns was pretty fantastic. You can't break into Hollywood, but hey, I know a guy.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Just saying, you'll never be that crossover success you want to be so bad. I almost wanted to throw in, how's your True Grit show going? Anyone watch it yet? Season 2. Oh. But then, Cena, I feel he was a dick with this. This was a big change. This made me hate, like, the person behind the character of the, I'm going to fight fire with fire. That's why I have to do this. It's like, no, that was actually a good line. He goes right to, consider me a drug test.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? Like, I don't like to curse as much on this show, but, dude.
You ain't going to get past me.
What? Jerk. Didn't like it.
Yeah.
Made me uncomfortable. Well, in a way that made me want to root for Roman.
Good.
In reality. Like, I want to, really just stiff him once in the eye saying, enjoy your next... Because Cena's growing out that hair. Mm-hmm. Someone's going to Hollywood for a minute. I'm going to go with a black eye, you jerk. Like, just hold him down and give him a hickey. Something to really ruin. It'll look weird. We'll be very uncomfortable. But at the same time, ruin that role for him. Cut that little bald spot a little wider.
If Roman's really taking the torch, if this is going to lead to a official torch ending off, then we kind of have to be on Roman's side eventually, don't we?
Yes, but at the same time, what is the torch? Because it's not going to be the universal. Yeah, I know. It's not going to be that universally loved thing. It's going to be the Cena role.
Yeah.
Yay! Boo! I'm a child or a young lady. I'm just coming into myself. Whoa, look at that handsome man. And then the other end, I'm a man, and I feel like my masculinity is because
Is that why people don't like Cena?
I don't know. I might be projecting a little bit.
Oh.
This is a microphone for your tactical pants. I don't know what the hell he said, but it was like just stupid. It starts so light and innocent and ends so, you failed a drug test. How's the Adderall, you asshole? What? I'm going to beat you, but first, I'm going to ruin your life. Okay, that was just the meanest thing I've ever seen.
Oh.
Ta-da. And Jason Jordan in the middle of it. Looking great.
That was the perfect placement for him these last 2 weeks.
Fantastic. Doesn't need to win, just needs to look good, and looked great.
He looked amazing in both because like these are the guys, and it's like,
well, one's the guy, the other one's the leader of the C Nation.
Now you've got this young star who you're trying to find a place for. What a more perfect place, because I've just been thinking like all the pieces are there. Like he's missing a few tweaks on the character. Like I feel like he's one moment away from breaking out.
Oh, they've got the music fits him better now too.
It's closer. It's much closer.
I hear them trying to work the branding in there too, calling him gold blooded.
Okay.
It's like okay, all right, cool. Go with it, stick with it, build on it, do something.
I think he's got to lose like the amateur wrestling gear. I think that's part of it.
Maybe, but he likes throwing the straps down. That's the callback.
Yeah, but does anybody react to that?
The bugs are gonna work out.
They
Not
will.
yet. You haven't been conditioned to yet.
Right. But
It's getting there. When he uses that to go into a finish, and it's a decisive, strong finish, that's when it starts building up the mystique.
I don't know.
We'll get there.
It also depends on what kind of character he's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he's going to have to move away from.
He's driving a milk truck around town.
I think he's going to have to move around away from being like a direct. Like, obviously, we've already injected him as Kurt Angle's son, but he doesn't have to be a grappler. Like, because Angle had tons of personality. You know what I mean? He
He put on a little cowboy hat, made it work.
I mean, can Jordan do that? Sure, but like,
It's up to him to commit.
Angle showed up and just like had it. You know what I mean? Jordan has it, but like, the placement isn't there. You know what I mean?
It's so weird how much of a part the character plays into it. You see guys, you ever see the guys that have like just amazing skill. Physically, they're epitomes of a physical stature, even if they have the in-ring ability as well. And then if they just lack a little bit in the character, it's all of a sudden it's. Did you finish the Southpaw Regional Wrestling?
Yes.
TJP is the champion there. That's what
John
you end up with.
Johnson.
John Johnson. That there's so many dudes like that. It's like, oh, it's just another dude. Oh, are you a tough guy? Cool.
And the thing is, you know, Jordan has the ability to be something different. Like, I don't know what it is. I'm waiting on the angle. You get it?
I'm not taking that one.
Did you get it?
What angle?
The angle?
What
Because-
angle? What angle, Justin? What angle?
The angle because he's Kurt Angle's son.
All right.
Did you get my joke?
Wait.
Did
what?
you get it?
Explain it further.
Because he's Angle's son.
I'll put my mic down while you explain. Go.
He's Kurt Angle's son. Did you get it? Did you get my joke? Did you get my joke about Jason Jordan being Kurt Angle's son?
Yeah.
The angle?
Yeah, I got it. Got it. Don't want it. Got it. Now I just don't know what to do with it.
Well, you know, that's what I'm... Now, did this go a long way?
Disco. What is he doing there?
Trying to get pictures of women being a
Oh,
perv.
dude. delete. No, never going away.
Going away. I'll never forget it. This went a long way, and he's going to have to follow it up, like with some sort of big backstage segment. Big backstage segment or like a promo, like a chant. Because, yes, he's awesome in ring. Like, these were awesome matches. And they kicked off Raw. Like, these were huge spots for him to be in.
Well, you know what? Like, just something simple. Like, Raw's been doing a fantastic job of keeping it simple and making it work. The more convoluted it gets, the more like the women's division it looks like. So give him somebody that's been off TV. And it's like, hey, Mister, getting opportunities.
Yeah.
And then, just Jordan wants to be his own man. It's like, no, I got this. Go out there, beat the ever-living shit up. Be dominant.
Yeah.
And be angry. And channel that into it. And just put him in a goddamn rage lock. Roar! And then the straps come down and mean something.
Yeah.
Like, he's one step away. And he's got plenty of time to do it. He's on a right track. I dig it. This has been fantastic for him.
Yeah.
And great for Roman and Cena, too.
And I'm glad they got him away from Miz. Because it wasn't working.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Like,
Well, people were loving Miz, and that was going to get him boos.
Yeah.
He was immediately going to be booed.
and the thing is,
He just beat the shit out of Cena. He just beat the shit out of Reigns. Take the L's, but that doesn't matter.
yeah, and not at all.
Now it's like, hey, man, this guy went. That rolling Northern Light suplex. It's so good.
It's a thing of beauty.
Well, yeah.
And now if he's...
Look, he has a moveset, Justin.
Yeah. And you saw him... Okay, so he wrestled... This week he wrestled Reigns. Last week he wrestled Cena. I don't know if it was the week before or the week before that where he wrestled Finn Balor. That's an insane, like, track record in the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Just insane. And putting on great matches.
That makes it... If he steps down, like, upper mid-card, I hate to say Miz, but well, not Miz. Let's totally exclude him, but somebody of that level-ish, it could be a reasonable feud. He could reasonably win. He hasn't won because he is not that level. But man, he's close.
But he's showing.
Exactly.
He's showing. And, I guess...
If R-Truth comes back and says, hey, man, I want to be on TV, he'll beat the shit out of R-Truth.
And he should. And it's funny that he's going up against, good guys in Reigns and Cena's. But, Balor was the other one. A good guy. Just interesting.
And it's a weirdly fresh angle.
I got it.
Well, it's your joke, so you take responsibility for that. He's not there for the good guy, bad guy. He's there for the competition.
Yes.
That's a different motivation. It's good, and there's more story there. Somebody wants to take his little golden boy spot away from him.
They're gonna have to beat it out of him.
But he's like, I don't know. I welcome the competition. That's another simple storytelling device that isn't being used elsewhere. So it's gonna look good. It's gonna look good.
So back to Miz real quickly. Using Angle to get there. Miz takes another dig at Kurt during Miz TV.
Yeah.
Are we getting to? Is he trying to strong arm Angle versus Miz? Because we couldn't get Miz versus Bryan.
That coward. Run away! How dare you? Hide behind your one doctor that will clear you. I don't know. Well, it's the Miz making you think about the Miz.
He sure is. He's doing it better than
for my
anybody.
son. I will be there from day one. Oh, jeez.
Wowzers.
Nobody's above getting a Miz swipe.
Nope.
He's swinging. He's going to hit somebody. He's going to hit everybody. It could be anybody.
Anybody who's in the way is getting hit by the Miz. That pretty much wraps up. We ended up covering pretty much all of Raw.
Yeah, yes, we did.
Because
you know what? We've had a couple weeks here of a whole lot of the Mae Young Classic, which, by the way, live finale tonight.
Oh my God.
I'm staying up late after work tomorrow. I've got to watch this.
I feel bad for the Las Vegas crowd, but at least it's in Las Vegas because they're going to.
Is that what they're doing? Are they doing post SmackDown taping? They're not going to do Performance Center?
Yeah.
So we're going to get big entrance?
We're going, yeah.
That's all I want to see. Nothing I love more than when an NXT person comes up to the main roster, just to see their entrance magnified.
See how it works out.
Like when it was Enzo and Cass, to see it magnified. It's like, it works.
Yep.
To see Balor come up, it works. It's amazing.
It's weird. That's why I find it weird they changed Corbin's, because Corbin's worked, and then they changed it.
We don't have that many spotlights, Justin.
So, the Las Vegas crowd tonight gets 2 hours of SmackDown.
2 hours of really good SmackDown being billed as, oh man, this is pay-per-view worthy. 3 title matches tonight.
And we'll dive into that in a minute. And then you've got the Mae Young Classic final.
Right.
And then you have 205 Live as well. All happening at tonight live.
They built it at 10. Are they postponing 205 Live, or who the hell knows? It's going to be great.
I don't know how they're pulling it off, because the Mae Young
it's just
final,
like one kind of super show. I'd maybe give because they were 205 Live was building into I'll see you next week. I've watched 205 Live. The TJP and Cedric Alexander little back and forth. It's like, I'm excited for this. This is great. Rich Swann. Jesus
Swann.
Christ, Nathan. How can I do that? Sorry. Every time we mention 205 Live, I always think back to our you're gonna lose, Cedric. You're gonna
lose, Cedric.
I just want to say Cedric.
Cedric, you're gonna lose.
Nope. Cedric got cheated by stupid
by Enzo.
By Enzo.
Beautiful.
After he's doing his lumbar check to everybody. Good Lord. 205 Live, fantastic wrestling. And their stories are catching up. Getting back to keeping it simple, and it's fantastic.
So the Mae Young final, Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane tonight.
Crazy.
So definitely looking forward to that. Did you watch the special? I didn't get a chance to.
Which special?
There was a special last night with the 6-woman tag.
No!
Yeah, they put it
What?
It was on the network.
Well, they haven't filmed. Use it.
Yeah.
Is it the one where they were all saying, sign Jazzy? Please sign Jazzy?
I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
Damn it.
So I'm only going based off of assumption, but I assume that's the one. So I didn't get a chance to watch that, but definitely looking forward to the final tonight. Yeah, again, I'm staying up.
Because I thought they were going to do, like, I mean, that's like the weird, like, New Japan bookings. Like, we're going to have, like, 2 big matches and a shit ton of tag matches, and you're going to like it.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that's what they were going to kind of do, like, maybe do an hour special with, 2 tag matches, like a 6 and a 6, and then the main.
I assume we're just getting the match.
Weird.
I agree, but, like, at the same time,
give me 1 tag match just to build into it.
For 4 hours plus pre-show, whatever.
I think
SmackDown.
I think you just got to take the week for 205.
They're not gonna.
I know
it's happening tonight. So
shoot.
Yeah. I guess it's just.
What I got to tell you, they've been trying to get 205. People more interested in 205, especially with Enzo going over there.
Mm-hmm.
I have been very interested in it. I have been digging it, and it's been a great show.
Yeah.
And a tight show too.
Yeah.
A lot of people featured and focused on in a very short amount of time, and a lot of them doing amazing things.
Yeah, I agree actually.
And
I mean, it took Enzo to get me back over there, but
and I'm the parts of wrestling that I love. I hate to say this, it's not so much the in-ring work; it's the personalities, the presentation, and the fact that I'm getting hyped for entrances on 205 Live makes me happy. When Brian Kendrick's music hits, I'm a happy fella. When TJP's music hits, I'm a happy fella. When Rich Swann dances, I get really uncomfortable.
You're gonna lose, Cedric.
It's not Cedric, it's Rich Swann.
I'm the man with the plan. How excited are you for Gulak?
Gulak's great. You sent the thing, yes.
Yeah.
Gulak versus Tozawa.
Mm-hmm.
Tozawa, amazing.
Yeah.
He's ridiculous too. And don't do the It's infectious as all hell.
Mm-hmm.
He takes a dead crowd to super hype in a matter of seconds.
It worked when we saw him in Richmond.
Yeah. We didn't even know what the hell it was, but it's still, that's great. Love this guy. But, yeah, and Gulak has settled into an asshole character.
Yeah.
It's like all of the dudes over there that they've focused on the last couple, even like Tony Nese.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 8 reasons why I'm going to beat you, and he counts his abs. He's got a little jacket that has his abs showing. Well done.
Again, it's
simple.
It's simple, but it's also the one thing that 205 has been lacking is the character. Cedric still needs some sort of character. Like, he's great. He's got great presence. He's great in the ring, but he's just kind of a dude.
Well, with he had that fatal 5-way match, which Enzo ends up winning by cheating, basically. Cedric was the dominant force.
Oh yeah,
and I'm fine with that being the Cedric character. And lumbar check is ridiculous.
Yeah,
people bouncing like 30 feet in the air after taking it. It's like, oh my god, it's fantastic, and just the stuff he's doing.
Okay,
what's up?
So
I'm watching 205 Live, everybody.
Yeah. This all ties together though, because we were talking about Miz TV with Enzo. That led into a match between Enzo and Miz, meaning they're using
Enzo pulling double duty.
Yeah, which no cruiserweights. I'm just now realizing no cruiserweights on Raw last night.
Which is a shame after the Miz little rub there.
Yeah,
they're amazing. I'm the Miz. It's true.
I didn't even notice it until I went to talk about this. But you have Miz putting over Neville huge. I hate that I just said it that way. But
oh well.
Could we see more double duty from a Neville? If he loses the title, he doesn't have to leave 205 Live. He doesn't have to leave the cruiserweight division, but he can
still
mix it up with anybody on Raw, couldn't he?
Is this all getting to you want to see Cedric versus some people?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
There's nothing. I don't feel like it's a demotion or I'm just glad he's with WWE, but I just feel like
and Miz addressed that too.
Yeah, I feel like he could do something if he could mix it up with even Miz. I mean, who couldn't learn from Miz right now? But Miz would be perfect for Cedric right now.
A great way to show off the personality of him. Because you better bring something.
Yeah.
If Miz is talking down to you, are you gonna stand there, look stupid?
Yeah. Cedric and Ziggler. Can you imagine Ziggler selling the lumbar check?
I don't know what the hell Ziggler's doing right now.
Shall we dive into some? Well, I mean, that's what I was getting at.
You know,
is-
we briefly covered through 205 Live
Yeah.
there. That was fantastic. Check it out. If you're not, it's hard to get to, and that's the biggest thing keeping you from it.
yeah.
But it's fantastic if you pop on the network, and you finish the show, you feel like a little more. 205 is the perfect little dessert for you.
You find an hour at some point during
Metalik.
your week.
It's just fun to say.
Nacho Libre.
Called him Nacho Libre. What a jerk.
So, Ziggler's re-debut has been put off for 3 weeks. I'm sold.
The Ziggler Lena. Is he going to come back and dance for us?
I have no idea.
Hmm.
I am completely sold because, like,
Did he steal Emma's old music?
not yet.
Oh. Oh.
I don't know what he's gonna do because
Why'd you change Emma's music? Don't do that.
the
I distract you so much. I'm sorry. Ziggler, Ziggler, Ziggler. Ziggler, Ziggler. I'm on task.
3 weeks ago he has the promo saying, "Oh, you guys want robes and big lights and neon and lasers and
He's like weirdly overacting.
yeah."
Like, look at him conveying sarcasm.
Yeah. And then the next week he goes,
Still a dick in the Hooters parking lot to me.
they Kathy Kelly, I don't remember who the backstage is at SmackDown. Sorry.
Is that what we do with attractive women we don't know? Just give them two names? Kelly, Kathy. This is Kathy.
Kathy. So she was whoever it was interviewing
We got to learn them. They're going to be around for a while.
yeah.
It stinks.
If it's not Renee.
Hey, you're not Renee.
If it's not Renee, I don't know.
I don't care.
Sorry. Asks Dolph, "Hey, what happened? You were supposed to, be on the show this week." "Yeah, you can wait a week." Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, me too, actually. And that's what's got me sold. He comes out and, it's normal Ziggs theme, and he comes out and
He's here to show the world.
here to show the world. Come on. And so, he gets ready to do his Dolph thing, but he comes out with a mic and he's like, "You know what? No, you guys aren't psyched. That's not what you guys wanted."
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes back, comes out to Cena's music, goes back, comes out to Macho Man, comes out,
That was weird.
goes back, comes out
That
to
is Naomi.
Naomi.
To which she tweeted later. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Come
What's
on,
up?
man. I thought we were friends. But then immediately starts ripping into the crowd
Yeah.
and getting boos. That right there is why I'm in. Because everybody's always said, "Oh, man, Ziggler's such a better heel. He's so great as a heel. Oh, man, I wish he could always be a heel." But then nobody ever boos him. Like, they still cheer him when he's a bad guy. So it's like, you clearly don't think he's a good bad guy because you're cheering for him.
Yeah.
Now, I get it, Owens, cool. But what's the job of a bad guy?
Be such a dick that you want to see you get a comeuppance, and then a good guy can beat the shit out of you.
Right. If he's just a good wrestler, is that somebody that we want to see get the hell beat out of him?
No. So, here's the thing that makes Owens amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of leads into Owens. He makes you think he's going to do something. He makes you want something, and then he's the bad guy by not giving it to you.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing so much more by giving you so much less. He makes you want it, and then he doesn't give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that he doesn't deliver. He delivers
Yeah.
by not giving you what you want.
And
And then it draws out, and it's like, oh, I can't wait for someone to beat the ever-living hell out of that dude. And even though everybody loves Kevin Owens,
Mhm.
he's amazing.
Yeah.
When he's on that screen, it's like, oh, what a jerk. Man, I hope somebody... And then it's like, oh, he's good at his job. Ziggler has not gotten there yet, but this is a
step in the right direction.
yeah, it's almost as if somebody specifically said, you know what they want? Just don't give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he decided to do for a gimmick.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you want? I'm not going to give it to you.
Yeah.
Are you ready for me to debut? No!
Yeah.
I'm a jerk.
Well, I
Boo.
see people because we were talking about Shokishi and all that stuff earlier. I've already seen people like trying to lampoon him, or lampoon's not the word. Platoon. What the fuck word am I looking for?
Pontoon?
Sure.
A floating boat thingy?
They're trying to sink him. they're trying.
Torpedo?
Sure,
Trying to,
torpedo. I guess I don't fucking know what I'm trying to say.
Platoon?
I fucking don't know.
Like Willem Dafoe.
I don't know where I was going.
Trying to submarine him, trying to down him, trying to beat him down, trying to sink him.
Well, they're trying to like shit on it by saying, "Oh, the parody gimmick isn't going to work." Well, first of all, how do we know that wasn't just a one-off?
I think it was just a one-off.
How do we know that it wasn't? And even if it wasn't, if he's getting boozed, then it's working.
Are you upset? But are you weirdly entertained? Like, there's that fine line that I think he could fall on the wrong side of.
Yeah.
You remember the Alexa Bliss with the Bailey "This Is Your Life" thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
She did everything she could to save that segment.
Right.
But it was going horribly bad because it was a horrible concept.
Yeah.
But she still came out of it okay and got something to reference about it later. It was, hey, that was a hunk of shit, right? Yep. Dolph could easily fall on that wrong side of it, too, of it being horribly bad. It was getting close. There.
Yeah.
It felt like just a little bit too long between those little gimmicks that he would run backstage.
Yeah.
But I felt like it proved a point. That felt like we're still in the breakdown stage of him. You have to break down what his character was, collapse it, totally tear down to the bare bones, and then build back up from that. I think he's still on the right side of it. I don't think he's going to do that stuff again.
And I mean, even if he does,
unless he comes out as Curry Man, he's hot, he's spicy.
Even if he
You
does,
love a Curry Man reference. Don't act like you don't.
I didn't get to see no Curry Man, so
Go back and watch Curry Man.
I may have to. The way GFW and TNA are, like, who knew that I'd be like begging for Shark Boy? Like, that's insane. But
Shark Boy was great. Shut up.
Another topic for another day.
We'll mention that briefly in the like wacky wrap up stuff.
Yeah, which I guess
Because there's some going on.
there's lots of weird going ons. I keep coming back to, is it working? Like, is it getting booze? Like, if I can't imagine. Number one, I'm with you. I don't think we get that again. I think this was just a tone setter of you're this. I'm not this. Screw you for wanting it. You know, little distractions, which is what he said. Is, you know, you guys loved me. You loved me. You loved me. You wanted me here. You wanted me to win. And then somebody shows up with neon lights, and now suddenly you don't care about me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice. It's a nice addition to his. I'm the best in the ring. Nobody does it better than what I do.
Is there anybody over there that's like overly gimmicked? I mean, that might be his thing. He targets people with the over the top gimmicks and.
I mean, he seemed to specifically be coming after like a Bobby Roode with his theme song
Your entrance, he
and
took
robe.
a shot at it like everybody, man.
Yeah. Balor. He took a real shot at Balor. He called him a charisma vacuum. Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't think he took a swipe at Bray. But, like, I mean...
But again, they're both over on Raw anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what they do. But now if it's like, oh, I'm debuting? Nope.
The rumor is... I'd love this matchup.
Okay.
So I'm fine with it. But the rumor is this is angling towards Bobby Roode eventually.
That's fine.
I love that matchup. So, like, yeah, I'm fine with it. But the ultimate rumor, which has been, you know, I try not to read into this, but it keeps going around, is that he's leaving in October when his contract's up. That's also happened like 3 times in the last 4 years. So we'll see if this is indeed the last time. I don't like it if he's leaving.
Well, you know, he's got some funky options.
He's got plenty of options.
He's good enough that he could go over to New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
He'd get a chance to redesign or redevelop himself at an ROH. GFW isn't going to be there in October. It's only like a month away. It's not going to make it. Maybe. We've been saying that for how long?
God.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I want from him.
What else?
But I know I want something from him, and I want him to deny it. So, well, I mean, if we want to run into the weird SmackDown things going on right now, what the hell is Owens and Shane doing?
I love it.
Speaking of another person I wouldn't want to have a promo battle with, Kevin Owens.
Yeah, because he's not afraid.
Would be better off had you died in that helicopter crash.
He is not afraid to cross that line.
I'm watching TV with like this is visual just. Oh God, this has been a rough week for like and nobody. You're getting over with that. I hate to say that too. Sorry, ain't no bumps happening.
Nope.
And it's all personality.
Yep.
And man, I'm interested in this fight.
You know what I love the best about
Yeah.
Owens and McMahon right now is how seamless. Technically speaking,
Owens floats to and fro wherever he needs to.
he's
masterful at it.
the second he came over in the shake-up, he goes on Smack and Talk and says, "You didn't want me here anyway, so like,
Yeah,
why would I be happy here?"
Apparently, Talking Smack has been uncanceled, and it's on every show now.
Yeah, right.
Right in the middle of it, all of it.
I mean, again, like if that's the trade-off, I'm willing to lose Talking Smack for that. But like he basically planted the seeds right then and there,
Right.
and
He's another one of those dudes that everybody can hate me. This is fine. And whoever needs to hate me more, whoever I need to work with, that's where it'll go.
And he's just had the feud with the U.S. Championship, and Shane was like always just kind of like right there on the cusp, and then like occasionally he would go back to him and be like, just put me in this match, or give me my rematch, or it's like this feud was always there.
Yeah.
And then suddenly now at SummerSlam, Shane is
You fall off
literally
of buildings and you can't.
injected into the match, and wow. And then afterwards, now we have this like between them, and I mean it's just this natural progression of long-term storytelling. Again, I'm a simple dude. They haven't had to do much to get here.
Cut that out. Save it for later. Talking to our non-existent producer. Don't look at him. Don't look at him. Don't make eye contact.
Why is he wearing a turtle suit?
He gets scared. It's toxic. Don't touch him.
Okay.
But again, the reason why Kevin Owens is a bad guy is he doesn't give you what you want.
Yeah.
And it frustrates you, and it makes you hate him. Other guys come in and they try to get. It's like, what do you want? Okay, I'll give that to you. Love me. Meanwhile, he's coming in quite the opposite. And the other guys are, hey, what do you love? I'm gonna break it and fight it. And he's like, what do you? Owens will be like, what do you want? Nope. Boo! Boo magnet! Boo! And it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And it always leaves some options to go. And Miz does that too.
Yep.
Miz is forever got a feud with everybody. Why? Because he's the effing Miz. And I mean that with disdain, but love at the same time. The man's gonna be a father, for Christ's sake.
Who's your daddy? You gotta ask that little baby, who's your daddy? Oh, Enzo.
Yeah.
Enzo might make the list this week, by the way. Enzo might make the list this week, by the way.
What list?
The wrestling rankings. The one that I do every week that nobody gives a shit about,
God,
but I do it anyway.
I've been hating him. But it's an uncomfortable hate. It's weird.
So I mean, you have obviously like towards the top of the card, Shano and Owens.
Yeah.
And they're one of the natural feuds to go into Hell in a Cell. Like we haven't announced that yet, but like that one makes sense.
How does that not?
And then the only other one on the card is the Tag Team Championships. New Day, Usos. I don't think it's over tonight. I think it's over at Hell in a Cell.
I think the Usos bringing some backup. Why wouldn't the third man participate on the
I don't know.
on the New Day side in the street fight? Weird.
Well, I mean, if it's Xavier, then he
It's
might
sore.
not be able to. Yeah,
It's sore.
It's sore. But yeah, they've got the street fight tonight. From what I hear, again, stupid rumors, and I hate bringing them out here, but like the reason for the title change is we're trying to now stack up how many championship reigns New Day has.
That's fine.
Let's give them records. I mean, it's undeniable at this point that both the New Day and Usos are number one, top two tag teams right now in WWE. Period. Like, and possibly over the last 10 years. Again, period.
They're really good.
It's hard to argue. I mean, there's some spot up teams that came up that you might be able to put in the conversation.
I can't believe how quick the Usos made this change into what they're doing now.
Right?
Like it was overnight.
Yeah.
It's like paint. We left it at home. F it. We're bad now, but you love us.
Again, like it happened right after the break. Like they were still wearing paint when SmackDown Live first split off, and then by the time Backlash happened in September, they were still coming out to the old music, but they weren't wearing that stuff anymore.
I lost my colorful pants.
Yeah.
Someone thought it was a parachute. Kindergartner's playing with it now.
But yeah, that's the only other natural feud that could go to Hell in a Cell at this point. I know I'm really getting down the line here for that, but
That's fine. It's fine because you got a lot of programming in the meantime. It depends on how long you want to drag it out. You also it looks like Nakamura and Mahal. You couldn't keep the Singh brothers out of a Punjabi prison. What makes you think you're gonna stay out of a hell?
yeah.
Out of a cell.
Nakamura in a span of 4 weeks? Maybe a little bit more than that. John Cena and Randy Orton.
Clean wins, by the way.
Clean wins.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Beautiful baby. And again,
So we got that. Honestly, that could have been a pay-per-view match this past Tuesday. Orton versus Nakamura, with must be acknowledged, Corey Graves on the table.
finally,
Yeah.
that's the first Kinshasa in a long time.
And you know what? He didn't even like full on like I've been waiting to say this for a long time. He was just kind of like he made it very important for what it was. And the crazy thing, the camera angle they had, it didn't look like a super high impact.
Mm-hmm.
But Randy did everything he needed to do, like he had been shot in the face.
Yeah.
And Corey over on the table made it amazing.
I mean, that move will soon be huge, as it was, and as it should be.
Will the RKO be as much as it is if it wasn't out of nowhere? Maybe, maybe not.
Nice counter to that, though.
Oh my god, so good!
They had a really great chemistry. Slightly better than the Cena match. But the thing with the Cena matches generally have more excitement to them. I love Randy Orton, but his matches are rarely exciting. And it's a preference thing. Like Nakamura, do you want Nakamura and Zayn, which was super exciting, or do you want Nakamura and Aries, which was technically a better wrestling match?
I'll take the Zayn.
So, it's all about preference. What else has been happening on the SmackDown machine? We've been kind of walking around SmackDown, and
Natty still reigning as champion, and had a match with Carmella, and Ellsworth being. What do you think about Ellsworth right now? Did you see the whole thing with the he's dropped the suitcase into the ring?
Yeah.
And the ref was all confused and led to a roll up of Carmella. She could have just won it straight out.
We're through, you chinless. Whatever.
Again.
Yeah.
Any other week, this would have been the most savage thing you've heard. But this is like number 4 on the list.
Yeah.
But again, your parents should have given you away. But she used the worthless excuse for a human. But then it's like you're a terrible human. Worthless excuse for a human. Kinda. It's like she tripped up just that tiny little bit. Other than that, like, wow, look at you, savagely beating this horrible little man.
Yeah.
And then they made up for it later.
She kissed that guy. Wowzers. I mean, I guess you do what you have to. Huh?
So, you want to talk about Nakamura's 4 weeks. How about Ellsworth's year?
He's still employed. He's still employed.
Son of a bitch is employed.
It's
amazing.
Nuts.
He's got some wins over a WWE champion.
The current U.S. champion.
Current U.S. champion. One of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
Wowzers. What
It's a
a
good year.
Yeah. And I mean, he could retire now and be a Hall of Famer. No, I mean that.
Think he was the other toxic show?
Maybe. I think he still is.
You want to see Gilbert come back and beat the shit out of him?
Yes.
Clean win.
Oh.
I would like that match, actually. I'd like to see Ellsworth just show up at 205 Live one day. Just take a beating. Sorry. Okay, that's enough about Ellsworth. I'm sorry.
Do you think,
Proud of the weird little dude?
in a weird way, yeah, it's insane.
You know what here's the most unfortunate thing about Ellsworth.
Mhm.
That offspring tattoo.
Yes.
Because genetically, he can't do anything about his height,
Mhm.
his voice,
His chin.
Those are... But that was a choice, man.
Yeah.
He said, oh, man, the offspring are going to be the shit forever.
They rule, man.
I got to get that on my arm. And then try to go into a business where my arm is going to be exposed all the time. He made that choice. So great. Oh, so much bad. It ended up being awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then also the Carmella kiss, and then she smacked the shit out of him. And the look on his face was that perfect amount of, I'm confused.
And
I ain't going nowhere though.
yeah.
I like some of this. Mm.
So I think last but not least thing to take away from, actually, just really briefly, no Breezango this week. And it really bummed me out because they have been on every wrestling rankings. And I even found a way to get them on SummerSlam week because they did the red carpet thing.
Mm-hmm.
I had nothing. Like,
I don't know if that was this week though. They did the roster reveal video for WWE 2K18.
fuck that. Was
Was
that
that
this
2
week?
weeks ago?
I don't know.
Oh god, if that was this week, there's your excuse, because they were there's one part where they were talking about that you're able to customize, and first of all, Tyler Breeze fantastic. Fandango is the best. First of all, he's putting his chest out for Renee, and she goes to touch it, and she's like, no, what are you doing? Why would you do that? But as far as customizing goes, Corey Graves pulls up, Sami Zayn. What would you do with him? I'd put him under a mask. I got an El Generico reference.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. It was so great. That was the best thing. You know what? Those two got me to watch the roster reveal for a game I'm not going to buy. Yeah. That's pretty powerful.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Good for you.
Yeah. It was 18 minutes. I was like, I ain't watching. I'm watching all of this.
I did see like the beginning of where they're coming out, and Tyler hops into the crowd. He goes,
Hold on.
good for them. Again,
It was so good.
maximizing whatever you can, doing whatever you can with whatever you can. It's beautiful.
Just a WWE exclusive roster. I've got this.
Yeah, might as well play with it. Have fun.
Fandango's the best.
So the U.S. title picture, the U.S. Open, technically is open, but like technically it's not. It looks like they're moving towards Corbin and Styles.
Wait, and they got a match with Tyler Breeze tonight. Not Tyler Breeze. Ty Dillinger tonight.
Right.
And yeah, I'm very excited for Ty to be stepping over to that. I was really hoping the U.S. Open Challenge after Owens had his last match. I was hoping he came out in a mask. Besides the point. Just a big shirt that says "Okay."
Here's what I'm worried about. I don't know if I'm necessarily worried about because I will boo the shit out of him if he does it.
What's up?
Corbin steps in.
Of course he's going to.
Like,
oh, you wanted this? I take it away from you.
And they've been hyping, both Dillinger and Styles have been hyping up, man, this is going to be a great match. I can't wait, and this is going to be a big opportunity. I'm looking forward to it. Like, so I'm split between, number one, I want the match because I imagine it's going to be great. Yeah. Like, if they're given enough amount of time, which they will be, they get to tell a decent story between them. Finally get to see what Dillinger can do on the main roster. But at the same time, like, it's a perfect opportunity for Corbin to be a shithead.
Give him like 15 minutes, and then Corbin comes out. Oh, you wanted to finish? Nah. Are you emotionally invested in this match?
Not
Are you
no more.
interested in Ty Dillinger? Are you curious if AJ can overcome these odds that he didn't even know he was walking into? Too bad. His lone wolf just fuck everything up.
I keep seeing more and more reports of they lost faith in Corbin, blah, blah. I don't see it.
I'm sorry, going into a program with AJ Styles with the U.S. Championship also in there?
Like,
faithless.
The house that AJ Styles built, SmackDown, which I wholeheartedly believe now. Like, they took everything away from him, and he's still, like, the thing to watch.
You know what I'm most concerned about tonight? Vince McMahon's going to be there.
Yeah.
We didn't even mention this. How many of these guys is he going to see for the first time? Oh, you got to go to Raw. Who are you? The ring announcer. I forget his name. Damn it, if I knew his name, that would be better. He's the old guy from NXT.
Greg something or other.
It's okay.
That's his name, Greg something or other.
It's a terrible name.
I don't know why they did that. Yeah, that is worrisome. We gotta have another shakeup.
I think we're due for one soon.
Don't. I mean, technically speaking, SmackDown does need some star power back. But, like, I don't know if I want the star power back or I want them to build them.
I want them to build them.
See, that, I would rather...
Keep people out of the way so Nakamura is amazing.
Yeah.
You keep him out of the way so AJ is amazing. Let them be dominant. Jinder is a goddamn star.
He is. And, you know...
The less he wrestles, the better. But still.
We've got to want to see him lose. And right now, we're at the point where I want to see him lose. So now every time he wins from here on out, boo. So to me, it seems like it's working. Because now on the other side of this, whoever finally beats him,
he's going to be a rock star.
Imagine that. Like it's like they planned it or something. I'm sorry, we got a little with SmackDown.
What? No.
Well, like I said,
because we've got 2 weeks to the Raw pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
They should have their shit together, have their card together, and be pushing towards it. And that's what they're doing.
Right.
Right now, SmackDown doesn't need to be there right now.
Right.
But they're not in a holding pattern. They're still doing stuff, and they're going to have this weird little semi-main thing tonight. Also leading into the women's thing tonight.
Well,
it's going to be a good show.
Like I said when we started getting into Raw, it's like Raw is spectacle, and then when Raw is at its best doing the spectacle stuff, it's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And so SmackDown is still a really good show, good to great every week.
Yes.
But it still has that sense of urgency, but it's missing a little bit of star power and excitement right now. It's still a really good show, though.
I'll take the build stars.
Me too. Just for the record.
Ginger's a goddamn star. Nakamura is still being introduced, but he's a damn star.
So we got to wrap here soon.
Oh,
Ish. Right?
okay.
Or at least we should, because we've been talking for damn near 2 hours.
I got 2 little tidbits. You got anything else you want to hit before we get to anything funky?
I don't think so.
Okay, let's just leave then. No, stop. How's GFW doing?
I don't know. So many different reports over the weekend.
The big one I kept hearing was Jeff Jarrett is on kind of an indefinite leave of absence. Not suspension, leave of absence.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not that's some people saying, oh, he's got to go, he's got a drinking thing, they're getting rid of him because whether it's Anthem going, where's the fuck's the money?
Yeah.
And then there's also been rumors of, we should just move this shit to Toronto. All kinds of weird stuff happening.
It's also been tied to like his AAA appearance throwing tortillas into the crowd.
Yeah, maybe don't do that.
So, I'm just saying.
Is that racist?
Ish.
Did he have anything else he could have thrown?
I don't know.
Okay, just checking.
I don't think it's a good look.
Maybe
if
don't.
That's what you're asking.
You're literally in Mexico.
Yeah.
Maybe don't throw tacos at the. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably not a good look.
JA double jackass.
Yeah.
Nobody. Poor. I almost feel bad for Jeff Jarrett at this point.
So
because he's
Jarrett's report. The report comes out that Jarrett's stepping away indefinitely. Right.
He still owns GFW.
Right. And then the reports come out. GFW or Anthem may be looking to unload GFW. Well, firstly, they don't own it, but okay.
They just rebranded everything that too.
And then, oh no, they're looking to unload the tape library. Okay, maybe
Tape library of who?
Of TNA Impact Wrestling.
Okay. Okay.
Nothing new on that.
Again, but no, it's still just rumors.
Just rumors, and then
all kinds of horror.
Matt Hardy's wife again coming out with like basically partying because something bad's happening over GFW.
Can't claim a copyright if you're dead.
Fuck that owl.
Fuck that owl. Oh my god. This is all when I'm just falling in love with Eli. I'm sorry. I got to do it the right way. Eli Drake. Just when I'm falling in love with him.
Dummy, yeah. Well, I mean...
Did I mention that last week, how much I loved his little button?
Yeah.
Because it says dummy, yeah, after he says dummy, and then he says yeah.
Yeah.
Dummy,
Yeah.
dummy, yeah, yeah. So great!
Yeah.
That has to be on purpose, it's so good. Just falling in love with them.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Hey, it was the right choice for the champion.
Could be a rebranding. Could be a move. Could be
nothing.
Where the hell's Billy Corgan when you need him?
Right? Maybe you shouldn't have run that guy off.
I'm telling you, man. I mean, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if Anthem and Corgan got back together without Jarrett. Take your GFW, beat it. NWA, yeah. It's so good, but it's so niche. It's little 200, 300,000 people watch that show every week. Mm-hmm. Loyal. Goddamn loyal.
For whatever reason.
Oh, yeah.
God bless him.
The other little gift to wrestling this week.
Hold on. Before we move on from that, did you see the other thing that evolved from that? Okay, so Lucha Underground, apparently, season 4 is in trouble, which I've seen a lot of. But...
Oh, poor Ricochet. Sorry, go ahead. This is another thing out of that, too.
They, now Anthem looking to buy Lucha Underground?
Jesus Christ.
So wait,
they could do something good with that.
I agree, but like they're losing money with GFW, but
the hell else do they own?
They want to go get Lucha Underground. I don't know. That just
Lucha is a really good product. It just needs put in front of the right people. It was doing great on El Rey.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this Lucha-based product. I think it might do well with a Spanish-speaking audience.
Mm-hmm.
No? Let's take it away from there?
Doesn't make any sense.
Ooh, Jesus. But, oh, man, apparently Ricochet is kind of pissed about his deal with, he's Prince Puma and Lucha Underground.
Yep.
Apparently the deal is he can't appear on any, or the contract that Lucha has, you can't appear on any other televised show or any other televised brand until not just the episodes have been recorded, but have been shown.
Oh.
So if they take their sweet time just showing the episodes,
which they do,
until they debut, until that last one is shown, you can't be anywhere near. But the only place that doesn't cover is New Japan because it's another country. Yeah. But still, another. I don't know why New Japan isn't covered with it. Okay, last gift.
Mm-hmm.
Hiromu Takahashi. Do you know who he is?
I know the name.
It's one of the Los Ingobernables de Japón, right?
Mm-hmm.
Time Bomb. Fantastic dude. Here's how you know him. He had Daryl. That's Hiromu.
Right.
Loves cats.
Meow.
He's a weird dude. He's a weird dude.
Yeah.
He's licked belts in the past. He's an odd bird. He creeped out Will Ospreay on Twitter.
Okay.
Say something to me, and I'll tell you how Hiromu would act to that.
Hey, Nathan, how are you?
You're a cat.
Wait, what do you mean? I'm not a cat?
You're a cat.
No, I'm a human.
You're a cat. That's their entire interaction. He's just creeping out Will Ospreay, and then all of a sudden it's like 2 hours pass. And it's like, hey, man, you still up? You're a cat. What? And they went back and forth for like it was a wonderful day just watching Twitter for Will Ospreay and Hiromu.
So that's what you've been doing.
You're a cat. And then at one point, Will Ospreay said he couldn't sleep, and Hiromu suggested he counts Hiromus. 1 Hiromu. 2 Hiromu. You're a cat. What the hell, man? You weirdo! It's wonderful. And then next day, Will Ospreay's at a show. Little makeup right here and some cat whiskers because he's a cat.
Yeah.
So good. So good. Hiromu's a weirdo, and he's wonderful. Oh, and also, they've been apparently he has this weird like backstory with a guy named Tai Chi over there.
Yeah.
Which apparently the story is that when Hiromu was like young lion, they make him wear the little black trunks, and you occasionally get the shit beat out of you by the main roster dudes, right?
Uh-huh.
So they've got this weird little storyline where Hiromu's terrified of Tai Chi because apparently Tai Chi like beat the shit out of him when he was a young lion. So now Tai Chi's wandering around with these black trunks, like, hey. So he looks like he's holding these panties up in his face, and Roman's just like, ah, ah! And then he goes home at night. You're a cat. It's the best thing happening today. Best thing happening today. I don't care about anything else. You're a cat.
Yeah. Did you see that? Speaking of GFW back there, nobody asked for it. There's apparently a network coming. GFW's starting a network. Now, there is a positive to this.
If you can go back to the full tape library, I wouldn't mind watching TNA from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no interest in that. And
Okay.
It's not necessarily...
No, fuck, you're wrong.
But here's where it gets interesting, because there was a note or another rumor swirling, and actually Ed Nordholm actually kind of addressed this, is they might be bringing other companies into the network.
Oh.
So like
a non-exclusive network.
Right. So like they said something about bringing Lucha Underground in, and
that would be good.
As an aggregate like that I might be into. But if it's just Global Force and just Impact, no thanks. I've got YouTube if I really want to watch.
I would have loved if the WWE network had done something like that. The aggregator. Yeah. It would be fantastic. But opportunities come and go, and people are trying to build their own thing, and then you've got people that we can't build a network. Effort, we'll go right to Twitch.
Yeah,
and that's been amazing. God, Wrestle Circus, their last show they did where every
something for Texas
tickets, for the Hurricane Harvey relief. Independent promotions kind of thrive on making a little bit of money.
Yeah.
So the fact that they made that big of a gesture is like, nah, we'll be all right. People need help. It's like, oh, that's cool, man.
Wrestle Circus is really coming on. Yeah. I'd like to watch some of it. I just haven't had a chance to. But like, it's neat that they're making that kind of a wave.
It's delving into a new technology, and that's going to be the groundbreaking stuff. Network is old news at this point, man.
It's still awesome, but yeah, it's definitely old news.
Well, it's the establishment, but people are trying things. It's nice. Justin. Play some of that music. Oh, I don't have head. Hello. I can't hear anything in my headphones, Justin. Oh, dear God. Stupid. Don't. What a hashtag.
Us.
Hashtag. You need to get a hold of him. Phone numbers. No? Okay. Oh, well, Twitter then. Probably more expedient.
Yes.
Nice
which is why
between your family and strangers.
Expedient, that being your word today. That's why we're sitting next to each other.
Yes. I'm giving off so much body heat. I imagine less everybody's sweating. You get on your ring post, I'll get on my ring post. Hashtag Wrestlepals. Justin, if you want to get in touch with him, at the Hulkster on Twitter. Or just tag hashtag Wrestlepals anything. You will find it. Always. If you want to get in touch with me, good luck. Shut up.
I haven't talked to him in a week.
At the Nate Project on Twitter. Leslie, I don't know what the hell that mushroom thingy was. It scared me. It did the job.
BYD 23rd. Guy, and it's going to be for your
God damn hashtag.
Don't get run over. We some country boys working overtime, boys. Kings of the South.
I lost my keys and my little dog is bone. So I pick him up and I'm gonna carry home. But he a mean dog, bit me in the spare rib. And I'm take him home, put him in the baby crib. Yeah, I don't know the words, AJ Styles. You know what you are? You're phenomenal. Phenomenal.